Hey there, welcome back to another Voltage Modular tutorial. In today's video, we're going to be talking about using MPE inside of Voltage Modular and converting a polyphonic FM patch into a fully functional MPE patch in only a couple of clicks. For more Voltage Modular tutorials, be sure to subscribe to the channel down below, and if you have a suggestion for a future video, let us know down in the comments. Now, before we dive into it here, it's probably important to take a moment to talk about what MPE is. MPE stands for MIDI Polyphonic Expression or Multidimensional Polyphonic Expression, depending on who you ask. What MPE offers is individual expression on a per-note basis for up to 15 channels of information, with one channel reserved for global messages. Now, if that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, it's pretty easy to think about in terms of a conventional synthesizer patch. If you think about a conventional polyphonic synth, if we play out a chord, let's say 3 notes, and we apply a pitch bend, that is going to apply to all of those notes equally, and it would be the same with aftertouch. If we press in on one key, it's going to open up the aftertouch expression on all active notes. MPE, on the other hand, allows you to apply these things on a per note basis. So that means we can have individual pitch bends with the x-axis, we can have a brightness expression with the y-axis, and we can have an aftertouch expression with the z-axis or the depth. What's even more exciting is because Voltage Modular is modular, you can apply the X, Y, and Z axis expressions to whatever you want and have them be polyphonic, which is a lot of fun and really easy to get lost in. If you're ready to start exploring MPE inside of Voltage Modular, we've also crafted a pack of 15 MPE patches, which you can grab down in the description below. Here we have our patch we'll be working with today, which is a polyphonic FM patch, and all of the traditional poly messages are ready to go. We have poly pitch, poly gate, and poly velocity. However, the bend and aftertouch expressions are traditionally monophonic. Without MPE activated here, if we play a simple C chord and we apply a pitch bend, you'll hear that that applies to every note, and the same is true of aftertouch. One dimension we don't get access to at the moment without a CC module is the y-axis or the brightness message, so this is actually doing nothing. So we're restricted to some monophonic expressions for pitch and aftertouch. Now, in order to convert this into an MPE patch, we'll go into the library and find the MPE interface module, which we can drag in here, and you can see that this opens up all of these messages as individual expressions that are all polyphonic. So we have the pitch, gate, and velocity here, but we also get a poly bend, a poly pressure, and a poly slide. In case it's not clear, the bend refers to the x-axis, the pressure refers to the z-axis or aftertouch or depth, and the slide refers to the y-axis, so all of these can be freely assigned. Below that as well, we have the note bend maximum control, which goes from anywhere from 12 all the way up to 96, which can create some really interesting, wacky pitch effects, and then the global bend as well, which goes down from 2 all the way up to 96 as well. Converting this to MPE is actually pretty simple. All we need to do is grab our pitch, we'll hold down shift, and we can grab all these cables at once. We'll assign that to pitch. We'll do the same with the gate, and then finally the velocity. After that, we need to assign our aftertouch and bend messages, because right now these are monophonic, so we can't just drag these cables. Instead, we have to rewire them into the respective poly inputs. The aftertouch here is applied to the filter cutoff as well as the FM amount going through this amplifier, so it's going to be the CV mod. We can unwire this aftertouch. We'll just hit shift and drag it out of the way. Now we'll go in and assign our pressure. So we'll grab the pressure, put this into the poly CV mod here, and then we'll go into the poly CV mod of the filter and wire that to the pressure as well. Next up, we'll do the same with bend. We'll hold shift and drag this out of the way, and then we'll assign bend to the poly CV inputs here. As you can see, this is also applying FM, so this is going to create some FM and some pitch, which is going to be really interesting and wacky. And that leaves us with slide, which is a new message we get access to with the MPE interface module. The slide control refers to the y-axis, which is a lot of fun. So instead of having aftertouch tied to both of these expressions, let's unwire it from the amplifier, which is going to control the amount of FM, and instead take the slide message and apply that to the poly amplifier. So now we have the y-axis controlling the FM, the z-axis or aftertouch controlling the filter cutoff, and then the bend controlling the pitch bend. Finally, to get this working, we just need to wire up the MIDI input. So we'll take the MIDI input from host here, wire this into the MIDI in of the MPE interface, and that's it. We have now got a fully functional MPE patch running inside of Voltage Modular. Now that we have MPE wired up here, if we play that same C chord and start applying a pitch bend with the x-axis, you'll hear that this is actually per note. We can also apply FM with the y-axis and open the filter with the z-axis or aftertouch. Since all of this is per note, This opens up some really wild and wacky possibilities. And there you have it, a fully functional MPE patch inside of Voltage Modular in only a couple of clicks. If you want to grab 15 MPE presets for yourself, you can find those with the link down in the description below. For more information on Voltage Modular or to pick it up for yourself today, you can head over to cherryaudio.com.